Good morning. So I don't know how the sound is. It's okay. I don't know if anybody will be coming here. Maybe you'll see this later. And I just want to get this set up. Okay. See if I can do this. All right. All right. This may not work. I wanted to talk about monogamy. And there's a couple of guys with the weed cutter. I hate weed cutters. Hate them. They're too loud. They're not necessary. I mean, I know everybody wants their yard to look perfect. Listen to that noise. Maybe I'm going to come back later. So it's ridiculous. And now he's not even cutting the weed. He and his friend are just looking at the motor of it. It totally destroys the sound, the environment. It's in the morning. It's early here. It's October at a beach resort. And we have to hear this fucking motorized shit. And I have to hear it from my neighbors with their big motor mowers that they're so proud of. And I love them very much, but I don't understand how people can be comfortable with the noise pollution. So let's just forget about what the title of this was. Originally, I was going to talk about monogamy, but now I just want to talk about noise contamination. Noise contamination is a real problem. It's the sirens that are unnecessary. It is the mowers. It is what, they can't put a muffler on these things. Like, there isn't a way to make a motor that's quieter? I think so. Wait, they told us we went to the moon. I think maybe they can make a motor that's quieter. Or maybe just a whole new technology. Or maybe we get out there and we pull our weeds with our hands. Or maybe they're not even weeds and they're actually part of a beautiful regenerative forest that you're supposed to cultivate on your land. Instead of having to buy gasoline for the weed cutter or for the lawnmower. And what are we mowing the lawns for again? I've been using, I always get the word wrong. I don't always get the word wrong. I haven't looked up the word correctly. I say scythe. I met a woman recently who told me that they were corn people in Ohio, maybe Nebraska. I can't remember, but she's now in Florida, and she told me that they had horses. And I said, oh, how did you use the horses? First, we talked about horses, and she said, we use the horses to work. And I was like, awesome. And they were big draft horses, and we were talking about how wonderful Friesians, actually, and I've ridden Friesians. They're just beautiful. They're smart. They're gorgeous. And she said they would pull and what, I forget the word, till the soil, and that the corn husks needed to grow to thigh high by July 4th or July. I think she said July 4th. And if they did, they knew that they'd have a great crop in August and it would be great. But if they didn't get there, she just volunteered this. I didn't go into any of my chemical stuff at all. She just threw this out, that they would have to put on the evil chemicals to get the yield that they needed. And they had something like 100 acres. She told me that with the horses, they and the manual labor that they used, which was what I was talking about earlier, she used the word scythe, but it was like two. She used her arms like this, and that's how they would cut down the corn. I don't know if that was a movement, but I know my movement with my scythe is like this. And maybe with a two-bladed one, it would be like that. But I haven't done it yet. Haven't looked at a video. Don't know. Was just listening to learn about how you integrate horses into farm work. Yeah, this is terrible. These are two lovely men that are over here working, and nobody sees it as a problem. The priority is keeping the lawn really short, right? That's so important. It's so important to kill life, right? Look, I when I first got into our house, which was new for me because I'd been living in apartments for 30 years, the first thing I was thinking of was, we got to do the lawn, and it's got to look good like everybody else's. And oh, I have always loved that cushiony, gorgeous, just heavenly grass that they sell in Sod in Florida that just feels great. That was at Disney where I worked, was at Cypress Gardens where I worked, which were showcases of flowers and plants that did not produce fruit or anything useful. Do you see what I'm seeing? I know it's frustrating, but it's important that we come to this so that we can stop it by talking to children, because they seem to be the only ones that have an open mind, and they are the future. So I'll come back later maybe and talk about monogamy, but this was really something I have been wanting to talk about, which is sound contamination, environment contamination through sound. Noise is the poisonous. How about that? And by the way, this machinery is a product of metals. And again, I don't think metals are totally bad. I just don't think they should be applied to the human body. And I will include this type of machinery that makes extra large noise for something useless and just to spend money for an aesthetic effort. They just want to put concrete everywhere. Okay, you understand that, right? The more concrete, the more paved, then the more they can control, because then we've ceded or abdicated our rights or our responsibility, our ownership to them. But everything can be dismantled. Everything can be dismantled because everything is words. Everything is words. Everything is words. Everything is a decision to speak on and not look to others to support you, because they probably won't. And you've got one life, and not to have fear. Don't have any fear. If you even got to this point in the video, thank you very much. And if you have, then you're probably someone who has gone through quite a bit and been close to personally deciding to not continue in life. And if that's, then you know where I'm coming from. You don't care, because I do care about the future. And I know that there's nothing more important than speaking up when it is for the good, and which is nature, which loves fertility, which loves peace and harmony. That's all of us getting along. Like right now, I am enduring these noises, and it's really painful, but I was able to speak that out. And I know there's no purpose of me going down there and talking to them, because they're doing their job and nobody else here seems to care. And it's really not something I feel in the flow of doing right now. I think I'm doing enough right now speaking on my video about this and changing my topic, because I think this is very important. Again, they're not even mowing anything. They're just testing out the engine. They couldn't do that far away, like before they took the machine out. And there's people paying a lot of money. People are paying a lot of money to rent here these super luxurious houses on the beach. To hear that. Anyway, thank you for watching.